What happens when a god loses control? When divine justice becomes a storm of blood? This is the story of Sekhmet, the lioness-headed goddess sent to punish humanity. But who became so consumed by wrath, even the gods feared her. A goddess of healing, born in a river of destruction, and the day she nearly wiped out mankind forever. In the golden deserts of ancient Egypt, gods did not sit passively in the heavens. They ruled, they watched, and they acted, often with terrifying consequences. Among them stood Sekhmet, the Eye of Ra, lion-headed, radiant, and relentless. She wasn't merely a goddess of war, she was divine vengeance made flesh, a protector of order, but also a bringer of plague, flame, and fury. Where others whispered, she roared. In today's video, we unravel one of the most chilling myths in the Egyptian pantheon, the tale of Sekhmet's bloodlust, how it almost ended humanity, and what it tells us about divine power, rage, and mercy. This isn't just mythology, it's a cautionary epic about what happens when power is unleashed without restraint. The world was young. Ra still ruled the heavens and the earth, but mankind, imperfect, ambitious, and rebellious, began to plot against the gods. They conspired in secret, mocking Ra's wisdom, daring to defy divine order. Ra, ancient and weary, was filled with sorrow and rage. To punish their arrogance and restore balance, he summoned Sekhmet, his fiercest creation, his eye, his wrath, a lioness with the heart of flame and the teeth of retribution. Her mission? Not just to discipline mankind, but to exterminate the traitors. But what the gods soon realized was this: Sekhmet didn't know how to stop. She didn't distinguish the guilty from the innocent. Once awakened, her hunger for blood was boundless, and Ra had lost control of his own weapon. Sekhmet descended upon humanity like a desert storm, silent at first, then unstoppable. She tore through cities and villages, roaring with divine fury. Her breath scorched the air, her claws turned the Nile red. Those who had spoken against the gods perished, but so did those who hadn't. To Sekhmet, all were guilty in the eyes of divine justice. The people screamed for mercy, priests offered sacrifices, families wept in the sand. But Sekhmet heard nothing but the thrum of blood in her ears. This was her purpose. She was no longer a goddess of balance, she was slaughter incarnate. Ra, watching from the sky, saw the devastation. What he had sent to restore order had now become a force of destruction far greater than the rebellion itself. He called to her, prayed, commanded, but Sekhmet was deaf to pleas, even from her creator. Ra feared the end of the world was at hand, not by chaos, but by his own divine fury set loose. So he devised a desperate plan. He ordered that beer be dyed red, made to look like blood, and poured across the land where Sekhmet hunted. When the lioness goddess came upon it, she thought it was a field of fresh victims, and drank deeply. She drank again and again until the bloodlust dulled, and her rage turned to dizziness. Then sleep. Sekhmet collapsed, her fury sedated. The world was saved, but only just. Sekhmet awoke the next day, not in the midst of battle, but surrounded by silence and sun. The killing had stopped. The blood in her mouth was not blood, it was beer. Her memory swam. The haze lifted, and with it a realization. She had nearly destroyed what she was meant to protect. This moment, half divine shame, half rebirth, marks a turning point in Egyptian myth. Sekhmet, once only a destroyer, began to transform. Some legends say she became Bastet, the gentler cat goddess of music and healing. Others say Sekhmet remained whole, her rage tempered, her fury now wielded with wisdom. But the lesson endured. Even the gods can go too far. Even divine power must bow to balance. The story of Sekhmet is not just a tale of wrath, it's a parable of power. She was made to correct a wrong, but almost erased everything in the process. She reminds us of the thin line between justice and vengeance, that even righteous anger, if unchecked, can become catastrophic, and that even gods, especially gods, must learn when to let go of rage. Sekhmet remains one of the most feared and revered deities in Egyptian mythology. Her lion's head stands as both a warning and a promise: protect the order, but never lose control. She is war and healing, destruction and renewal, a goddess who drank blood and awoke with compassion. If this myth gave you chills, or made you think, give the video a like, and subscribe for more epic storytelling from the mythologies of the ancient world. Want to see Sekhmet animated in full battle mode? Drop a lion emoji in the comments. Which god should we explore next? Bastet, Mart, or perhaps Thoth's secrets of the universe? Thanks for watching, and remember, even the fiercest warriors have a second side.